right, y'all, so it is about 2 o'clock. Right in front of me, there is a big cloud of snow basically falling, and it's been snowing for the last couple days. It's spring in Colorado, so you never know if it's going to be warm or cold. But 2 days ago, I was at a truck meet in a t-shirt, and I felt fine. And then the next day, we got about 5 inches of snow. So we're headed up to a spot that I haven't been in a long time. When I had a 4Runner, I did this spot a couple times, and I do really like it. It's nice and secluded. So the plan as of now is to get some Philly cheesesteaks going. I want to keep it as minimalist as possible. I've got an induction stove that I bought on Amazon, and I want to try it out and see if it works. Ideally, I'm going to use the induction stove, but I have not tested it with the Gerber Complete yet. It also could take up too much power, and I don't want that to be the case. So if we decide it's taking up too much power, we'll switch over to the jet boil. All right, we just left the store, got all the supplies I need. Actually, for being kind of a small town here, they had everything I needed at the grocery store, even like organic stuff. 30 minutes away from where we're headed. It is actually snowing on and off here. When I went in, it was snowing. It stopped now. So I also just remembered that I have an install of suspension tomorrow. So I'm probably going to have to leave pretty early in the morning. I never said I was the best planner, but we'll make it happen. And we'll just get up early and make sure we make it to Running for Tacos in the morning. Well, this used to be one of my favorite places to camp. I came out here a ton when I had the 4Runner, and I used to camp right over here behind me a lot. Looks like they've moved the actual camping from up here to down here where I am now. It's a little unlevel, and funny enough, I was able to get level just by parking there on the road. But the snow here is very deep, and I am a little worried because I have to get up very early in the morning. I mean, like 4 a.m. in order to make it back in time to get cleaned off, because I am doing a suspension install tomorrow at Running for Tacos. I was already getting a little stuck in here, and I don't have a winch on this truck, so I don't want to go too far. But like I said, I used to love this area. I would come here all the time. But in the last 3 years, it's just become a den for the homeless, unfortunately. They'll set up for weeks at a time, and apparently no one is there to do anything about it. That is the downside to free camping spots, dispersed camping, that kind of stuff does happen. But we've got some time till the sun sets. I'm set up. I'm actually surprisingly level, just like on the road, but I had to park like in a dip. We are going to test out the induction stove to see if that works. I've never done that before. I'll go ahead and make some Philly cheesesteaks. It is really quiet out here, I just realized. Forgot to close this while I'm driving. It spilled all over the back here. Bumped it up to medium. 630 something watts. I don't know. It's using quite a bit, but we need to bump it up a little bit. It was only at 100, and you can't see it because of the frames per second is wrong, so it says 175. Chopped up some peppers. We're gonna cut up this sirloin to like little chopped bits for the steak. Here's my version of cheesecake. I forgot to film it, but I put some garlic salt on here and a little bit of pepper. So I want to go ahead and finish this up, finish eating, so I can go for a hike. So buttery. Toasting and buttering that bread beforehand was definitely the move. I cooked completely on this. It was definitely a new learning experience. It was kind of cool because you are able to set the temperature you want on here. It's interesting because it's not like a hot plate. It actually only works when the pan is on there. It doesn't get hot. Like I just cooked a few minutes ago and it's already cool. The only thing that gets hot is the pan. So induction uses magnets. It's not like a traditional hot plate where it just heats up this thing. It only heats up the pan. And the second you take this off, it shuts off. 87% on the Bluetti. That is a 2000 watt power bank. So I don't know, do the math on that. It was using about 600 watts doing this. I definitely don't think for winter camping this is ideal because I still need that battery, use my heated blanket at night. It doesn't use that much power, so I'm not too worried, but if I was cooking a whole meal, like for a bunch of people, then I wouldn't probably go to this one. This snow is very deep, makes hiking hard, but luckily I have really great shoes for this. I've got the Vasks, so I'm pretty good to go, although the snow is like 2 or 3 feet deep. It's tough no matter what shoe you have, but that does bring me to today's sponsor. So I recently got a pair of Vask and Red Wing shoes. I have these Vask here, and I also have the Red Wing Heritage Edition. So for a long time, I have loved Red Wing boots, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that my dad had Red Wing boots growing up, and he just gets them resold over the years, which is my plan now that I have the Heritage 1907. Now I reached out to the company because I love their products. I love them both for camping on the Vask side of things, and also on the Red Wing side of things. The Heritage line is a little bit more of the in-town kind of heritage look, like that old classic style, but it's definitely something you could use while you're out at camp, and I have done that before. Those are really great boots, and so are these Vasks. In my last video, I was wearing these boots out while I was snowboarding and camping out there, so you will see them in future videos because they are now my new hiking boots, and the Red Wings are going to come with me on camping trips, but they will also be kind of my all-around in-town boots. Now, if you know me in real life, I really only ever wear boots and sometimes sandals in the summer, but I'm not a big tennis shoe guy. I really only wear hiking boots. So if you ever see me out, you're probably going to see me in the Vask boots or the Red Wing boots. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the video. Probably made it less than a mile from the car at this point, and I'm pretty much gassed. I have snowshoes, and I totally could be bringing them out here, and it really got me in a bad situation about a week ago when I was skiing, trying to backcountry snowboard, and I somehow didn't learn my lesson. Made it probably 3/4 of a mile. I'm losing light, so I'm gonna head back to the car and kind of get ready for bed. So I'm probably gonna go back to the truck. I've got a movie that I downloaded because I have no service out here. I'll probably watch that, and then I'm gonna go straight to bed because I gotta get up at like probably 4 a.m. to drive back like 3 hours, getting all new suspension, so I need to be there the entire day. So gonna get up early, gonna sacrifice it. It was nice to get in a little walk, even though I forgot my snowshoes, and I definitely need to start bringing those. Let's go ahead and head back to the car and see if we can try to find somewhere to watch the sunset. Maybe we can do that on the drone, since I'm pretty much at the height here and there's too many trees around. I can't see anything. All right, so this is the setup for now. Let me hop back here. I'm trying out, in an effort to make my setup as minimalist as possible, I kind of am trying without the cabinet I had before. So I normally had a cabinet over here. I will move all this stuff back further here in a little bit. Before I go to bed, I'll move all that. But right now, right after I just cooked and did all that, I'm not moving all this yet. So we do still have the sleeping part on that side. So that is a Hest mattress with a Hest down comforter, heated blanket here, and then all the way up here we have a Hest pillow. So essentially we have a ton more room for storage over here. And you can see where I spilt water earlier. It hasn't fully dried there yet. Yeah, there's a lot more space over here, but I don't know if I like it better like this. Just because I have the space doesn't mean it is necessarily a better setup. From the inside here, the sun is setting. We probably have about 20 more minutes till it gets dark. It's crazy because it looks kind of bright on camera here, but I swear I'm just in the low light mode. But yeah, I've got my propane here, which I had as a backup, but if I end up using that induction more, then I don't even need to bring that. Is it worth the extra space here? I have to essentially keep everything in this compartment underneath me, which I've probably said 100 times I wish was a drawer. I am going to try out the BAM bed system here. So I kind of wanted to see what less things in here felt like. Yeah, at this point, the sun's about to set. So like that RV that's over here, don't know if you can see it on camera, but just as I suspected, no one has come in or out of that one or the other one around me. So my assumption is it's somebody who's reserving that spot for the weekend. Definitely gets abused. People get stuck out here all the time. It's an area I used to like, and I'm starting to think that it is no longer a viable place to camp. But that being said, the sunset is happening right before our eyes here. All right, so I know it just sounds like I've sat here for the last little bit here, putting this area down and acting like I don't love it anymore. I do love this area a lot, and it holds a lot of sentimental value, because this is where I shot a lot of the early winter camping videos. Now true, yes, this area has become overrun with people making a huge mess, smashed up tents, tires, just all kinds of junk. Maybe there should be an effort to clean that up. But it is still one of my favorite areas to go. It's just sad to see it in the state that it's in.
once and 2 or 3 times really good to get.
We've got to some altitude here where we're having some stupid conversations.
Now, I can't really tell if this insulates much better than just the window. I think it does by a little bit, but it's definitely not like a blackout fabric or anything by any means. It's just some fabric up against the windows so that no one can see in. Topper Easy Lift. It's that company that makes the toppers that actually like lift up with a tent inside. It feels a little more secure, even though it's just a visual thing. So I actually do have a little bit of service out here. Although it seems to be getting worse as the night goes on. I switched into the merino here. Definitely a lot more comfortable. This is First Light. I don't know the count of the merino, but it's pretty high merino. Definitely very warm. It's like a hunting company. And I figured if it's good enough for hunting, it's good enough for overlanding. So I did get a bunch of First Light stuff. Very excited about that. Now I could sleep in this tonight and it would be very warm. This is down. This is so noisy. Every time I moved, that was the sound. So it's a little bit windy out, but not too bad. You know, not ideal, but whatever. We'll get over it. I have to take my truck to town, get it cleaned off, drop all my camping supplies off, and then get to the shop to get my suspension installed. I got to get up early, and if I don't want to wake up grumpy, I got to go to sleep. So that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one.